tell me the name of your group and each of your own names also.
The name of the group is the New Binkley Brothers. My name is Matt Downer.
Clark Williams.
I'm Daniel Binkley.
All right, so does the name come from your family name, the New Binkley Brothers?
It does, yeah. My great-granddad and his brother, named Amos and Gail Binkley, they were in the early days of the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville in the 20s. They played till about 1939, so.
So you come from a long line of musicians.
Kinda, it's just kinda in the family. But,
is that the same for all of you? Did you have music growing up?
Yeah, a good bit.
Yeah.
I think your granddad plays slide guitar, right?
Yeah, my granddad got me into playing when I was 16. He plays dobro, slide guitar, and I got into playing guitar, backing him up.
Yeah, my grandma played fiddle, and my other grandma played the piano, and my granddad was a Sacred Heart singer.
I love that. I
No.
love Sacred Heart music.
Oh,
I think most
yeah,
people
great.
probably first heard Sacred Heart music from "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?"
Right.
That's probably the first
yeah.
time most mainstream Americans would have heard it, but it's been around for a long, long time, and it's a beautiful choral tradition.
Oh, yeah, very. Yeah.
yeah, you can still find it in a lot of churches
Yeah.
out in the country, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to go in the Smoky Mountains Park, and there's a lot of churches still active in that park and singing Sacred Heart, yeah.
So how would you describe the kind of music that you do? What would you call it?
I call it old-time string band music. Probably best documented in the mid to late 20s when the string bands, a lot of Atlanta, Bristol, Nashville had recording sessions. But a lot of people confuse it with the bluegrass music, but bluegrass music really came around later in the 40s.
Yes,
Yeah, this would be
outgrowth of it.
Right.
Really.
This would be some of the early American music, probably brought over by the Scots, Irish, even African. It'd have the roots in that.
Yeah.
That is a funny thing about bluegrass. You know, when people think bluegrass, they think that's like old American music. But the
Right.
reality is, it was kind of a modern invention. Bill Monroe and
It's
all
kind
Yeah,
of
those
you're
guys.
right.
it's kind of eclipsed the old time tradition that it was built upon.
Yeah.
Which
it's
is
been
almost-
forgotten that there was.
It's a bit
It's a
like
little
rock and
unfortunate.
roll. It's kind of
Earlier.
an offshoot of a traditional form, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
rock sort of comes out of blues. Bluegrass kind of comes out of old time.
A lot of bluegrass was facilitated by the microphone too, and a lot of that was due to the technology available at the time, where musicians could step up and take a break on an instrument. Before, in the old time music, it was all a music of togetherness, all playing together, one music, not necessarily flashy or showmanship.
And you do it in a very authentic way when you perform, because you have one mic in the center, right?
Right.
And when you were singing, it was loud. It was like you can imagine that you were singing that in an unamplified space, which is probably why you had that style.